You little bit of this Purge. Sorry about that. We are back. I'm going to try to fix out. Okay, so somebody is saying stream was choppy previously, but it's fine today. I don't know what it is, man. There's so many possible issues that can happen with streaming. It could be my computer causing issues. It could be my internet connection. It could be servers between my house and your house. It could be lots of stuff like that, but I have seen other comments about my stream being too choppy, so I reduced one of the settings a little bit. I really need to troubleshoot this a little bit more in the future, but hopefully everything ends up working out. But yeah, it might just be random stuff like that. My settings might be bad, which is definitely a possibility. It might just be where I live, it might be my router, it could be so many different things, so I don't know, we'll see how this goes. We'll go back to the game, though. I'll just ignore that for now. Let me know, guys, if in the comments in the chat channel, gg.dotacast on QuakeNet, whether or not there's stream choppiness. I just reduced things a little bit. Okay, rest of the game here. Bans and picks. Alright, so nothing really that different from first round. We've actually seen enchant pickup by MYM, which is really, really good there to try to counter against the Chen. So the first hero that they picked up is going to be countered by an enchant, and I actually haven't seen an enchantress in a game in a really long time. And this basically means that Nature's Prophet will be soloing this game. So first, other bans are going to be a Windrunner, a Weaver, and then a Void and a Husker. Kind of curious about Husker, but in a lot of ways I understand it, because Husker against Enchant and Nature's Prophet would actually be quite usable. I don't know necessarily if Mania was looking to pick up that hero, but I think it's kind of interesting. We did see Husker get banned just a little bit in towards the end of his remake there in Dota 1. So, alright, we're going to see a Darkseer pickup by the Radiant team.
5 seconds remaining.
A very underused hero in a lot of ways. He does have a lot of interesting possibilities, though. Most notably, someone asked you how long I'm going to stream. I'm going to stream every single game from the defense today. So I'm going to be casting and streaming for like 4 more hours, 4 to 5 hours. So I'm going to be here a while. If you guys want to see a crap load of Dota today, I am here for you pretty much. Alright, so Darkseer has that vacuum, has that Ion Shell. Even the Wall of Replica can actually be very, very useful. But the vacuum by itself, in a lot of ways, is very game-breaking. I think he's a little underutilized right now because he fits into lane so weird and he doesn't really have a stun. But it's still definitely a very, very good hero. Just kind of comes down to whether or not you can use your abilities correctly using that vacuum and stuff. Vengeful Spirit will also be picked up. He's going to be doing some roaming support hero. He will be the basic support here for MYM, and they definitely needed a hard stun. If you look at their heroes so far, they don't really have that much. Could get some kind of a stun out of enchant creep, but even, wow. Weird pickups. This is the coolest thing about Problem, though. They pick really, really weird heroes. I love Mania for that. He does pick a lot of weird heroes. Going for the fast Chen, using a Darkseer, and then a Pudge. They basically have 3 heroes that don't get seen every day. So awesome, awesome for them. That's really cool stuff. Dire team themselves going more standard picks. MYM, their ex-MUFC, if you guys didn't hear me say that before.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And it's going to be a Slardar pick. Slardar going to be interesting. Not necessarily used as a counter to an invisible hero, but, well, Priest Moon does have her ulti, but it's not going to be a huge impact. Slardar basically going to be used as an anti-tank, and it's basically going to force Pudge to get a lot of armor this game, because Slardar with a BKB, or even Slardar just not getting stunned or dismembered, is just going to tear through Pudge. So we'll see how this ends up going out. And don't worry, for those of you guys that have to go to bed soon, depending on your time zone, I'm going to be recording all of these games, so we will have VODs up for the entire day. And here we go into the game. I'm going to have to keep changing the observer because I got in late because I fell back asleep after my alarm went off. It's actually 8:26 a.m. where I live in America, so I'm definitely waking up early for the defense here. It's like the only thing I ever set my alarm for anymore. is for casting games. So while this game's paused, I'm going to get some water really quick. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, hell yes, I am back. Let's cast the rest of this game here. I'm going to go over the players really quick here. For the team, problem, question mark, very weird lineup, but awesome stuff to see a Pudge in the game. Mania, their team captain, he used to actually be on MYM, so it's kind of funny he's playing against them. But Mania going to be playing the Tidehunter. Pusher Street, also on ex-MYM, or was an ex-MYM player. He's going to be playing the Chen. Lapis, playing the Mirana. We have Black on Pudge, and finally Fire on the Darkseer. For the Dire team here, apparently there's some ping problems. Razor.net is going to be playing the Vengeful Spirit. 2F Eating Good is on the Nature's Prophet. I'm thinking of the French player who has Effing in his name as well. I think his name's a little different, but HYHY is going to be playing the Broodmother. Sharky is on the Slaughter, and finally Ling is going to be playing the Enchantress. If you guys are not wondering what the Razor thing is, I'm sure it's just an additional sponsor name. So that is those players. Some ping issues are definitely going to be an issue for these guys. Man, I wish they would at least like be walking towards our lane so I could talk about that. Alright, let's look at MUFC first off. I'm sorry, MYM. Right off the bat, it's going to be hard to get used to that. Yes, the water from that weird cup-like thing, you guys are correct. Enchantress most definitely in a jungle. We'll see if she goes aggressive. I guess I'll talk about their lanes. I want to predict where the Radiant team is going to go first. Alright, Chen, I think this Dire team, or Radiant team, is most likely going to play a semi-aggressive laning. We're going to have Chen jungle, Pudge mid, we're going to have Mirana go top probably, and I'm guessing it's going to be maybe a Tide supporting a Darkseer, and that's going to be basically ganks on the bot lane. That's my assumption for Problems lane. We're basically going to see roaming out of Tidehunter, and I think Darkseer will indeed solo the bot lane, so that's my assumption. They don't really have a ton of hard carry potential. It's basically just Mirana. And if we look at MUFC here, what are they going to do? Enchantress in the jungle. Which jungle is up to... could go a couple ways. We might see Broodmother just swing top then, so she can solo against the Priest of the Moon instead of Darkseer. I think that would be really smart. That's probably going to be the most important lane matchup, is whether or not Broodmother can get away from laning against Darkseer. Darkseer could still lose to a Broodmother. Broodmother can still outplay Darkseer, but it might be a little hard for Broodmother. It's probably easier for Brood to just play against the Priest of the Moon, so they're probably going to want to try to predict matching the Broodmother up. And if you guys are wondering why there's even ping problems, it's because MYM is a Malaysian team, and the Radiant team is European, I believe. So they have to pick some server that's in between the two, and it's always kind of a problem. Well, that's what happens when you end up playing a Southeast Asian team in a European tournament, is you have lag problems like this. So, but they're definitely one of the best teams in the world. The new MYM, or old MUFC, very talented team. Okay, so if they can lane the Broodmother top against the Priest of the Moon, they can then put a Slardar bottom with a Vengeful Spirit, and maybe an aggressive Enchant jungle, which is what we might see. I don't know if we're going to see that for sure, though, because Tide will be around there with the Chen, which could be very dangerous for the Enchantress, but we'll see. Looks like the game will start going. And then we'll see Nature's Prophet solo mid, probably. So Nature's Prophet mid against a, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Broodmother might go bottom to fight against the Darkseer, and they'll just throw Starter top to get a lot of farm, but it's, I don't know. I think it could go a lot of different ways. Once again, there isn't a lot of hard carry in the game. We're basically looking at like a Brood Slardar with maybe a Nature's Prophet, depending on his build, versus a Priest of the Moon Pudge, I guess. It doesn't really count as a semi-carry. I would never call Pudge a semi-carry, but he can semi-carry if he gets a lot of kills and stuff. So I don't know. It's definitely gonna be a really cool game. I love Problem for their pickings, or for all their picks. So it's pretty fun to watch. And I hope this kind of stuff continues with Dota 2. Like, I don't want to see teams continue to pick the same heroes over and over again. I want to see teams like really develop, like as they I really want to see basically a lot of teams, as they develop and start practicing a crap load, they just start learning all of these extremely complex or weird strategies. And it doesn't take a whole lot. All you have to do is like play some of these random heroes like Pudge and things like that. And Navi kind of started that off in some ways by just laning a Pudge mid in the finals of the International. They're like, whatever, we're going to pick Pudge, even though nobody ever picks Pudge. But here we go. Looks like Starter is going towards the bot lane, and indeed the Observer bug is starting off. Enchantress going for Fast Basilius. It's going to allow her to jungle a little bit better and give her some mana regen. Vengeful Spirit is swinging bot as well, so it will be an aggressive jungle on the enchant with the dual lane. Going to be interesting. They're going to try to take a pretty fast tower, and actually Pudge is going to the bot lane, a little interesting. Do a little bit of self-rot. Priest of the Moon going to be mid, and Darkseer going to be solo in the top lane. Interesting. I think this is pretty smart, though. This is going to give Priest of the Moon a little bit better laning experience. She's not... yeah, this is actually really smart. If their carry potential is basically landing on the on the Mirana, they really don't want to put him on the worst lane possible where he could get ganked, and more likely than not, it's not going to get really good last hits. That would be... basically really good. That's a very good decision for them. They can solo him mid instead. He's going to be against a Nature's Prophet, who can last hit very well, but he won't be quite up against the wall, and they can put the less important hero, the Darkseer, laning against the Broodmother, which is what they wanted in the first place. So this game has started 34 minutes ago. Pusher Street being the nicest I've ever seen him been in his entire life. Not much they can do about that, though. It's a no HP bug, and they just noticed. So it always takes a while for you to notice that. At least in my experience, it's the same thing. No, it's actually Nature's Prophet, yeah. So, all right, so the game is underway here. Both teams being nice to each other, which is nice. Mania is actually going to pick up some sentry wards. It's going to be important to de-ward this jungle here, and Pudge will get spotted. He's in a little bit of trouble, though. Nope, they're not going to go for him. It was definitely pretty dangerous for him to run this way. I think if he really wanted to go straight to his tower, he should have just ran through the lane. This is a very, very high gank. Like, people love ganking on the Radiant, the Dire bot, actually. I almost always see Dire bot get ganked more than Radiant top, actually, despite them being basically the equivalent to lanes. And there's the first Observer ward going down. It's going to prevent the pull. And then another good ward up that's going to basically just keep vision on the rune and check pretty much all roaming that goes on. Oh, that's cool. I can... double damage. Woo. Alright, cool. Alright, Mania now with the Tidehunter going to be swinging through the jungle. Going to be doing some dewarding possibly. Chen is coming. They're going to wait 30 seconds here. And the creeps have spawned. He's going to probably grab that Ursa right off the bat. And there's a Radiant ping on the top. And here we go. Darkseer's probably pretty happy. He does pick up a Surge at level 1, so just in case there was a gank coming, you can't really... It's like getting a pot on leap. You have to grab it right off the bat. And he actually does very good base damage, up to 63 here. And just trading a couple hits there with HY, playing that Broodmother, which is, again, a nice plan to do. Just start off correctly. There's a little bit of smoke. Actually, they're going to be doing a level 1 gank. It's going to be a Gush with a Ursa Warrior clap if they can get the disables off on the Nature's Prophet. Oh man, that is too bad. He just got a little bit too close, and there's the slow. Will Priest of the Moon be able to get the kill? Nice tree going on to the Ursa Warrior, but are they going to be able to get it? Unfortunately, there's no arrow on the Priest of the Moon, and that's going to be a failed gank. Pusher Street wants it, but he's not going to get it, man. Really, really unfortunate. Nature's Prophet moved up just enough to disable the smoke. They weren't able to get all the way around, and that was a guaranteed first blood that has now been lost. A really good reaction time by the Nature's Prophet. Great job by him dropping the Sprout, and the biggest mistake probably is that they didn't wait until Priest of the Moon was level 2. If Priest of the Moon was level 2, could have dropped some kind of an arrow, got a mini stun off, something. Most likely, they were very close to each other. When you're only this far away from a Nature's Prophet, it's hard to get an arrow dodge. So that's really, really unfortunate for Problem here, starting their game off not how they wanted to. They had to burn a smoke for that. They did kill a salve off of the Nature's Prophet, but not a good situation. They were really close to getting that gank. I feel bad for them. Alright, and this is what Darkseer does against the Broodmother. He's just going to pop the Ion Shell down, and that's going to be on the neutral, or just on a regular creep, and it's going to do big AoE damage, and if Broodmother wants last hits, he does have to take a little bit of damage, which he just did. I mean, that's 100 damage right there from Ion Shell. And Darkseer with the fast Stout Shield, it's going to block a lot of the damage coming out of the Broodmother, and he's probably going to go for a fast Soul Ring, and also possibly pick up a Vanguard. Vanguard Soul Ring on Darkseer is just really good. He's actually going to pick up a Ring of Regen. And he's already doing some really good damage to the Broodmother. If he does damage to you, just pop that Ion Shell, man. It works out really nice, and he's going to try to even kill spiders. Like, even the little spiders have to worry about taking damage from him. He's talking to in all chat. That was a mistake. Alright, here comes a gank on Vengeful Spirit. There's the Gush and the Penitence as well. There's the net coming down. Perfect micro so far by the Pusher Street. And there we go. Venge does go down. There's the stop from Slardar, but this could be a little bad for Enchant. She is healing up though. Nature's Prophet TPing back in. Pusher Street doing good damage. Will they pick off the Nature's Prophet? They need one more hit. Are they going to get it? Oh my gosh. Mania trying to juke. Nice juking, but he does get trapped in, I think. I don't think he can run all the way through. And Pusher continuing to auto attack, doing some good damage to the Slardar, but now he needs to run away. His HP is just too low, and he will eat a Tango through the tree. Nice play there. 2 levels of Penitence, not going for Test of Faith. I think it's kind of a preference choice. I heard him on stream once saying that he goes Penitence every game now. I don't necessarily like this a whole lot myself, but it's not bad. Will we see a hook? No, he's not going to go for the hook. And Marana getting a kill on the Nature's Prophet on the mid lane. Nice play by him. I didn't actually see what happened, but you know, he's level 5 there, and he picks off the Nature's Prophet. That's always a good thing. And Enchantress coming to gank now. They still haven't dewarded this Obzord, kind of surprisingly. And there's the Penitence, and Pudge could be doing a lot of damage. Wow, so much damage done to Slardar. I think in this situation, picking up Penitence with a Pudge is definitely great. There's a Gush now. Enchantress in a lot of trouble. She doesn't have mana for the heal, and she gets picked off. Vengeful Spirit coming in position as well. Apparently he wants this kill on Pusher Street. We will see a stun, and that's going to score them a kill, and Pudge not feeling safe enough on his HP to go for the Rot Chase, so he's actually completely out of regen, and there's this Salve pop from the Tidehunter. It's going to get him healed back up. Nice play by Problem so far about MYM. MYM just a little bit more successful in their ganking. Darkseer working towards that Soul Ring. He does have the Ring of Regen. He's going to need that Sobi Mask. He's very close. Going to have to pop about 1 Ion Shell, then he will be there. But in this case, once again, I really do love the Penitence with Pudge. Since Pudge is such a chasing hero, getting the slow and the bonus damage is going to pay off a lot more. And you saw how much damage that Meat Hook did, man. It hit Slardar really, really hard there. Now, Pudge is bootless, whereas Slardar does have boots. That means Slardar is less likely to die in the future. And Enchant still in the jungle here. I'm just going to continue auto-attacking some Mud Golems. And Tidehunter kind of roaming around between lanes. Picking up 1 level of Kraken Shell. It's probably going to pay off a little bit more than a level of Anchor Smash in these early ganks, since he is so not very survivable. And he's just going to help out with the neutral creeping, basically, just to get a little bit of experience and get Pusher Street levels faster, which in turn will then allow them to gank more often. And he's actually going to buy some Observer Wards here. Mania won't be able to afford. Still has not used those Sentry Wards, surprisingly. Kind of surprised they didn't even bother to deward that, but Seems most people use those sentry wards when they buy them. And there goes Darkseer coming back to the top lane. He must have ran back to base. And no, I don't think he did, because otherwise he would do full mana. So I'm a little confused, but I thought that was a TP. Maybe I'm wrong. Enchantress on the bot lane, I believe. Yes, indeed. Ling. He does have boots, 1 heal, 2 levels of enchant, and Pudge continuing to CS. Needs to pick up that level 5. It's going to make all the difference in those hooks.
Denied.
Also, Pudge has to be careful about the double stun, though. He does have the boots pickup, which is pretty important, because now he can match the speed of his enemies. But a double stun coming out of Sharky, followed up by the Vengeful Spirit, is so painful, man. It's a lot of stun duration. 1.5 seconds on Slither and Crush alone. So whoever gets faster reaction time is going to change largely about who gets kills, and Mania is going to continue getting CS here. Or at least experience, almost about to hit level 4, and Chen up to 5 right now. This is kind of a 1-1-1 with 2 jungling strat that people do sometimes. It allows Pudge to basically do a solo lane, and it allows Darkseer on his solo lane. Not that he's getting a ton of experience, but he's doing okay. And Priest of Moon, of course, doing very well, getting a kill on the Priest of Moon, or on the Furion, which is good. And it just, 3 solos, and Tidehunter still gets a little bit of experience in farm, and it works out pretty nice, so. Alright, so we do have 2 creeps now. 3 levels of Holy Persuasion, gonna have a Tornado creep, the Wildkin, plus the Hellcaller. Not the best ganking lineup, but Tornado is actually very, very good for ganking. I'm expecting them to see. I like the Sentry Ward, just in case they end up putting wards down there. They actually aren't going to see this coming at all. So will the gank be effective? He's going after the Slaughter now. I think they're going to commit to it. Penitence gets casted on the Vengeful Spirit. A little bit of mistake there by the Chen. That would have made a big difference. Are we going to see the Tornado go down? There's the Tornado. There's the Rot. He needs a hook, otherwise they're going to lose this kill. And really sloppy play there. I think that was big mistake by Pusher Street. Casting Penitence on the Vengeful Spirit. They did not coordinate who they were ganking. They wasted a 14% slow. That could have been on Slaughter, and that could have been the difference between getting that kill there. Not only were his creeps a little sloppy, oh my god, nice hook by Black, and finally, their gank is worth it there. Nice play. Makes a big difference. That absolutely makes up for their loss there. But even so, I don't know if Penitence necessarily would have been enough slow to reduce Slaughter down to dying, but I think it would have made a big difference. And either way, that was definitely a mistake between those guys. So, Priest Moon continuing to last hit. Let's look at some CS numbers here. 41 on Darkseer, 17 on Chen, 14 on Pudge, 41 on Miran, and for the Dire team, 50 on Broodmother, 25 Solar, 22 on the Nature's Prophet, and 18 on the Enchantress. So if we look at the gold graph, I'm expecting this to be pretty close, and indeed it is very, very close. 500 gold difference. That's virtually nothing. That's like literally a matter of 10 creep kills, and just kind of depends how well you're farming in comparison to the enemy team. So Pudge going for really fast arcane boots, picking up tangos as well. I don't know if somebody transferred these to him or not, but it is very, very cheap regen. So if you want to get a fast item like an arcane boots, buying tangos is a very cheap way to still have regen. Priest of Moon looking for a kill. We're going to miss a hook on the bot lane, but Priest of Moon will leap out of this and be absolutely fine. Nature's Prophet looking for a TP, but looks like he didn't. Oh no, he just went farther forward. There's the tree in. I think she's going to be absolutely fine, though. She does have Darkseer actually coming in now. There's the Vacuum and his Iron Shell going after the Nature's Prophet. Nice play by Fire. Nature's Prophet goes down. He might even be able to chase Enchantress all the way home, but a little bit of miss walk, and the arrow is actually going to miss as well. Miran is still taking damage from the Dark Troll Warlord, and a heal from the Chen. Apparently stuff's going on in the bot lane. Pudge ganking on a Broodmother, or Broodmother ganking on a Pudge at least. Do we have a sentry? Oh, there's a sentry pop. Are they going to be able to get him? Get the hook! Oh, the hook is actually going to miss there, and Broodmother will survive. So Chen popped the heal, healed up the rest of the team. Actually a pretty good time, lots of action happening, and good gank from Darkseer, but unfortunately Broodmother did not go down on the bot lane. He's switching lanes here. A little surprised about that. Or they want to take the lane or something? I don't know, it seems very, very unusual. He's actually got a Soul Ring plus 3 Sobies. Trying to regen his mana as fast as possible. He's actually going to leave the lane here. The net's going to stay down. There are Spiderlings, and Pudge is going to have to be a little worried about that, but I think Broodmother's going to switch back lanes. I think he was just trying to gank and then go back to his lane. Especially with 2 incapacitating bites, it definitely is gank possible. Getting that slow helps out a lot, 20% movement slow. And he's going to pick up an Oblivion, a TP scroll. He actually doesn't have a lot of HP, only 853, and he will go to the top lane. Not even going to spend his TP. So for now, Darkseer is going to have a pretty decent time farming. 800 gold on him. See what he gets next. Hopefully like an Arcane Boots or a... maybe even like a Power Treads, just to boost up his HP. Nature's Prophet ulti coming through. Looks like he is in a little bit of farming mindset. Amp damage going to the Pudge. Minus 8 armor. Very, very good. Very good ability. Top tower taking a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. And it looks like Darkseer will go swinging by and get his Ring of Health. Actually going to make his Vanguard quick. Also a very, very good decision. 2 Chen creeps in position. Just going to spot things out. Are these aren't Enchantress creeps? I see. Yeah, they are Holy Persuasion creeps. These are Chen creeps. He's actually just entering the jungle once again here. He's going to scout out, and Enchantress is actually nighttime, so he's going to run into this and be like, oh god. Will they be chasing? Slardr's coming through. There's an Impetus. There's the Holy Persuasions. Could be bad for Enchant. Chen also in a little bit of danger. He needs to make sure to stay alive, but he's going to get stunned there by the Slardr. A nice vacuum. Going to slow them down just a little bit. Pudge ultis with a Tide ulti going down, and that could be it for Slardr. Man, he is so fast and hard to kill. Nature's Prophet TP's in, but that was an absolutely big mistake, and Vengeful Spirit died in there as well. Big play for the Radiant team. That was not what they wanted to fight. Pusher Street almost going down, but good play, keeping everybody alive there. Slardar survives once again with his sprint. It's just so hard to pick him off. There really aren't that many chain disables on the Radiant team. They have a lot of slow nuke. They have slow here. They have nuke here. They have Chen Penitence and Darkseer Vacuum. It's like they don't really have the items they need to just shut down a Slardar, but they're still doing a really good job on the rest of the team. And Fast Medallion here on Tidehunter, very, very cool. Tidehunter Medallion plus Gush gives him that slight regen. Sometimes we see Tidehunters go for a really fast earn instead, but I think this is pretty cool as well in Mania. It's going to give him minus armor from Gush plus the Medallion. Means a lot of physical damage being done. Vengeful Spirit pretty much soloing down the bot lane. This is just to basically give him a little bit of EXP and farm. This is something nice you can do when your allies are just simply not in their lanes. Priest Moon going to score a random spider, and Broodmother continuing on the top lane, going to be going for that Orchid as fast as possible, which will be used against most likely, I would guess, Darkseer in teamfights, or maybe even Tidehunter, or if you can catch Pudge when he's rotting, just cast an Orchid on him, and he's going to continue rotting himself during that time period and doing himself more damage, which is pretty cool. How close are we to that? No, actually, oops, okay, I had to switch observers again. Darkseer getting closer to that Vanguard. A lot of spiders ready. I know he wants those things. Boots now in Tidehunter with that Medallion is going to pay off pretty well. And continuing to get Crack and Chill. Still not opting for Anchor Smash. Sometimes I feel like teams should just pick up one level of Anchor Smash. Like that would be really smart, because one level of Anchor Smash, despite it only doing 75 physical damage, still has that debuff. Nice hook going onto the Slardar. He does get the Rot off, and there's going to be the Gush, and that's it. Nice play by Black there. Are they even going to be able to get Vengeful Spirit as well? He's got a hook in 2 seconds. Here comes the hook. He's going to land it. It goes down. Razor Net also screwed, and swap out on the Tide. Not going to save him. Good play down in the bot lane here. Pudge is absolutely working out. I love the fact that they're laning Pudge on the bot lane instead of the mid lane. It's much harder to survive against a Pudge on a long lane like this, because he has more length to Rot Chase, more length to hook. It's not as obvious as on the mid lane. And a big arrow by the Priest of the Moon. Gonna catch the Nature's Prophet. Here comes the support TP. Here comes the Starfall as well. Will they be able to get the kill? It's gonna be close. Needs one more attack. And it does get the kill. Nice play by the Priest of the Moon. Lapis dropping the really good arrow. I think, yeah, Priest of the Moon is gonna be fine here. They're actually gonna chase on him a little bit. He ends up popping his invisibility. Oh my god, barely survived. Just barely. Sharky, will he go down? Wow, nice play by Mania. Mirana getting a double kill. Broodmother coming in, will clean up that kill. And Enchant will survive, but nice play by Priest of the Moon. I thought for sure she was going to survive that, but she did get chased down. And now the spiders worthlessly throwing their lives away for experience and gold. Bot tower now being pushed. Pusher picks up the first tower, almost has his mech finished. Gonna clear these out. Actually, we see a hook going on the Vengeful Spirit. Nice play on the Black once again. It is daytime, so they had vision down there. Black just playing so well. It's so weird to adjust to playing against Pudge when you're used to playing just absolutely normal. 2 towers dropping for the Radiant team. Their gold advantage is ridiculous right now. So many teamfight wins. I mean, just getting hooked by Pudge just changes things so much. You have to worry about positioning in so many different ways, because all of a sudden he can now hook you at this giant range. And here comes the same thing, trying to get the Slardar. That would have been a Slardar kill if that was effective, but he actually ends up missing. And going for a fast Vanguard on Pudge, not a bad decision at all, guys. Don't be afraid to get a Vanguard on Pudge instead of a Hood. Hood is really good. Flesh Heap does give you magic resistance as well, but if you can boost up your HP and give yourself a really good damage block against heroes like Nature's Prophet, Vengeful Spirit, Enchantress, Slardar, all of these guys are basically physical damage dealer. Now, Nature's Prophet tried to take the mid tower, but he's in a lot of danger now. Is he going to be able to TP out? Are we going to see the arrow? Nice arrow! Oh, it apparently does not actually hit the Nature's Prophet. Must have hit one of those creeps instead, so good play by him to stay alive. And Tidehunter now with Arcane Boots and the Medallion. He's going to have absolutely no mana problems. Going to continue casting. Are they going to be able to get the Vengeful Spirit? No, he hooks onto an Enchant instead. Enchant has got to be mad about that one. But they didn't know the Pudge was there. He thought it was just a Nature's Prophet. They actually have 3 frickin' Arcane Boots, man. Holy crap. So many Arcane Boots going on. The mech, he actually finished... Okay, he's still got the mech anyways, but... He did finish Arcane Boots before mech, which is a little surprising. And now they're going to be taking this mid lane. Though once again, the problem with Pudge is if anybody comes to defend this, they have to worry about getting hooked. If somebody gets hooked, they're going to die. That's really what it comes down to. So Pudge in a lot of ways is kind of a gambly hero. If his hook misses, his contribution is very low compared to other heroes. But if he can continue playing correctly like he has been, his team can actually play really well. Nature's Prophet now with Treads and a Null Talisman. I'm not really sure if he's going to be getting a Dagon this game. I'd be a little surprised, but we could definitely see it. And the Oblivion, or the Orchid, sorry, is finished on the Broodmother as well. And Radiant Team now going for the Roshan, using that Medallion. It is such a good anti-Roshan tool. Even going to see a Tornado on the high ground. Nice play there by Pusher Street, just to give vision and to slow any people down. Very, very cool. I love using this Tornado here. That's really smart. The mech gets popped as well to keep his creeps a little healed. And he's going to cycle which one tanks a little bit. Alright, damage being done to Slardar. They do scout him out. Penitence as well going down. It's going to be a team fight though. They can't let him take the... Tidehunter picks up the Aegis. Going to be gushing. Will he ulti this? He's thinking about it. Oh, he gets stunned right before his Tide ulti goes out, but then it hits 3 heroes. Pudge cleans up on Enchantress. I think Tide will finish off this Vengeful Spirit. Anchor Smash goes down, chasing down the Nature's Prophet. I'm going to assume he's going to go down. And Broodmother going really hard on Broodmother, but Broodmother will end up surviving as well. Do they have some dust or something? Double damage on the Slardar. He's going to do some damage to the Tidehunter. Broodmother gets hooked. Nice play there. And will they be able to clean up on Slardar? I think for sure. Just need one gush, and there it is. Mirana gets the kill. Full team wipe. They pick up Aegis, fighting at the worst possible time, and they still pull out the advantage. I'm scared to look. 75k and climbing here for the Radiant Team problem. Playing so good here. I love their picks. I love their play. And Darkseer now going for an Aghanim Scepter. He does have a point booster. It's going to allow them to make illusion duplicates of their allied heroes. And they actually do a lot of damage. Look at that outgoing damage number for illusions. That's really high. 70, 80, 90%. That's just on their primary and base damage. But even still, if you can make a wall of replica when you push a tower, make a wall right here or something, your entire team runs through it with that Aghanim Scepter, then it makes allied illusions, and then all of a sudden you have duplicates of every single one of your heroes doing 70, 80, 90% damage to buildings, and it's really hard for the Dire team to shut that down. They don't really have a lot of AoE at all. They have literally just a Slardar stun, so I think this is a really smart decision come out of the Darkseer to pick up that Aghanims. Once they do have that ability to just duplicate all their illusions, the game is pretty much over. And very interesting skill build out of Slar, actually maxing out Sprint before Slither and Crush. I don't really agree with that, but maybe at the time it was a better decision, something like that.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I just need to turn off my caps lock. So top tower does go down by problem. A little bit of pushing on the mid lane by the Radiant team. I'm going to set myself to offline so I don't get any more pop-ups. There we go. So they're going to finally take a tower here. Second tower goes down for the Radiant team, despite having a Nature's Prophet and a Broodmother.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Darkseer slowly regenning, very slowly. I love the Null Assassin. It actually does 2 damage per second for 10 seconds. So it's actually kind of annoying. But a little bit of mismicro from the Enchantress is going to be a kill on these guys. Not a big deal. Oh, actually, Chen taking the second top tower. That's what happened. I thought they took a mid tower. There's a TP coming mid. Nature's Prophet will TP out. HY will run. There's the Gush. Do we have any dust? We have a Sentry Ward. There's the slow. We need a disable. Get him. Oh, very close. HY almost surviving there, but he will get picked off. Nice play by the Radiant team. Problem goes, picks up another hero. And Nature's Prophet now going to the bot lane. Going to try to take bottom tower. He's up to 1400 gold. Not quite sure what he's going for once again, but Sharky will be auto-attacking the main tower. Chen being really aggressive. Going to try to take off the support hero, but nice swap by Razor Net. And the bot tower will drop, so Dire team getting a little bit of advantage back. Pusher very happy about that swap. And the Manta is completed on the Nature's Prophet. I'm sorry, by the Priest of the Moon. No Aghanims yet for Darkseer, unless it happens to be on the way or something. And it's just going to be an Ogre Club. Pudge going to shoot a random hook and going to catch an Enchantress. How did he even know? Was he running up? I'm not quite sure. But a big hook. The Wall of Replica is dropped. This is basically just to prevent anyone from getting close. In case the Pudge was not scary enough, anybody that gets close can now just be Wall of Replica. It's actually a very low duration. It's about to go away. So I think this is a little bit of a mistake, but it's not bad. Tower gets destroyed. Sentry Ward is on the ground. They're going to be looking for hooks. Not going to catch anybody. Sentry Ward is up, so that's going to prevent Broodmother from doing anything annoying. He's going to be taking tower tornado damage as well. Probably just going to send this on the, just going to send this on the Vengeful Spirit. It does decent enough damage. And that is a mid-rax at 22 minutes here for Problem. Playing so good. They're going to steal one of these Centaurs. Almost get a stun off. Sending back a hero. That's going to be the Priest of the Moon, who wanted to go back anyways. And they will pick off the other Centaur that is Pusher Streets, so that goes down. It's always nice to kill those so you don't have to redo them. And a good Observer Ward by the Radiant team as well. It's so good to place these down. So let's check out the vision radius of this. Look at this right here. This is just radius vision that the Radiant team now has. Anybody on the Dire team that leaves the mid lane. And they have a ward up here. So pretty much, unless they do like ninja tactics and sneak down on the entire right side of the lane here, everybody leaving the base, either going mid or top, is going to get spotted. Anybody. Bot lane is the only safe place for them to go where the vision is not actually spotted out for them. So, pretty cool stuff by them. And if we look at some gold per minute tabs, even Tidehunter sitting really high, 271. Everybody is sitting really high. Such ridiculously high. This is from a lot of kills, mostly, but most importantly from getting a lot of towers and doing a lot of pushing. So really nicely played so far by Problem, getting a big early advantage. Broodmother's farming pretty well, and Slardar and Nature's Prophet doing mediocre, a little under par. 300 is usually what you look at for a semi-carry, but it's not the biggest deal in the world, but still big gold advantage coming out of the Radiant team. And any new items here, a lot of bracers picked up on Nature's Prophet. Enchantress. 4 staff on Nature's Prophet, kind of an interesting item build. And Broodmother still does not have a Blacking Bar or Power Treads, so he is definitely under farming. And Chen here with the Vlads is going to be doing a lot of damage. Even going to have a plate mail pick up on Tidehunter, possibly going for either an AC or a oh, did we get a hook already? Good hook. Sharky on the mid lane using that Observer Ward to get vision, and it did actually get dewarded, but apparently just in time for Pudge to land hooks. It's a nice play by him. Courier coming in. It's going to be a Gem of True Sight. Who is that going on? It is going to be on Tidehunter. Yes, indeed. Tidehunter is in Gush on the Spider. The Vacuum is ineffective. Tidehunter a little out of position, but he doesn't really care. They have such an advantage here. Hook comes through. It's going to land on the Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit going to go down, taking so much rot damage. Rot Iron Shell, man. Doing like 170 magic damage per second. Melee Barracks now getting destroyed. This is going to be the second tower, the second Rex set dropping for MYM here. And their first game under MYM is just not going good. Nature's Prophet goes down as well. Going after the Enchantress now, and just not a good day for them. The Pudge pick just really countering them out. Good game being called for Pusher. A lot of respect between these players. Are we going to see a hook land on the... no, he's going to miss that one. Can't make every hook, man. Swinging in the top lane, it's going to finish the triple racks out, create some mega creeps, and that will be the end of the game. Very nice items on Chen here. Vladzora Mechanism, Drum of Endurance with that with the Arcane Boots. It's absolutely what you need. Another missed hook, but still not a big deal. Nothing that they can do about it. MYM is going to pull out the loss here in this game. We're going to see more games coming up in just a second, guys, so don't go anywhere. Problem, I'm going to pull out a win. I know they've been doing kind of inadequate in the rest of their games so far. I'm going to check the schedule here. Black calling, good game, well played. I would definitely agree with that. It was definitely a very good game. And if we see... Alright, so we have MYM versus GDT coming up next. That's why these games are starting so early, because MYM once again is in Malaysia. It still says their flag on Ghosty Gamers is still Singapore, but that's incorrect, I believe. Everything is gone. Game is over here. So we have MYM versus GDT coming up in about 30 minutes. Panza versus Mao is going to be an hour 59. Those are both German teams. And then we have SK versus GDT and Infins versus SGC, but I think that one's new. I don't seem to remember that one being on the schedule. So we have a lot of games coming today, guys. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be about 30 minutes here until MYM versus GDT should start. This game was pretty fast, but thanks for watching, guys. This is Purge casting for Ghosty Gamers from A Game from the Defense. Thank you for choosing me, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. I'm going to go AFK and manage a couple things quick, and I will be back in just a second. If you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and ask me in IRC, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And once again, thanks for watching, especially you guys on the VODs. I'll be back in just a second.